Welcome back to this edition of the Waymaker Forum. Today's guest is the epitome of the definition of a waymaker. It's not what business people do at their business, but rather it's what they do away from their business, how they give back to the community that oftentimes really defines the type of person at the helm of the ship. We're excited to have today with us Steve Matthews, President, Owner, CEO of Matthews Motors. And Steve, welcome to our show, and thank you again for being a part of the Waymaker Forum. Steve, tell us a little bit about your story of how you put Matthews Motors together.
Well, basically, Marty, it started back in 1994. I've been in the franchise car world for about 10 years and had been working bell to bell. Got there at 8, got home at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and just figured there had to be something better out there. Had a little boy at home that was a year old. Didn't get to see him hardly any. The only time I saw him was when I took him to the babysitter in the morning. So I just asked the Lord to help me and to make a decision, and my wife was together with me. So in 1994, we took that leap of faith and opened Matthews Motors.
But now you opened Matthews Motors, but you told me once that it was sort of a unique opening, not a large lot full of cars.
No, this wasn't something that was really planned, and if anybody would have seen my work plan, they probably would have laughed at it. I basically started with 3 cars and a boat. Once I got through grading the lot and doing everything I needed to do to get the lot ready to be able to sell cars on it.
3 cars, a boat, and a credit card, you told me once.
That's right.
That's sort of how it all got started.
Yeah. I bought those cars on a credit card because the time I got through getting the trailer on the lot and grading it, because it was a bunch of trees out there at first, and we had to come in with a plan. Just happened to be building a baseball field across the street at the time, so they had the heavy equipment and the manpower to come over here and clear my lot for me. And the guy came over, was super nice, cleared the lot, brought in some dirt and brought in some crush and run, and there we were, Matthews Motors. Only problem after that was I didn't have any money to buy cars with.
So you had to sell a few, make a little profit, continue that process over and over again until you built Matthews Motors.
That's right. That's right.
But now, Steve, you indicated in your opening remarks that you asked the Lord for help. So in building your business, was God's providence involved at all?
Oh, absolutely. Like I told you before, this wasn't a plan that I had. So when I went in and quit my job at Crown Pontiac, I didn't have any land. I didn't know where I was going to go. I just knew that failure was not an option. So I laid it on him and asked him to help me, and he guided me over to a little barber shop up in Raleigh. And you say a barber shop, well, there was a barber in there who back in 10 years earlier had heard that they were building a Winn-Dixie down here in Clayton, and came down here and bought up all the property around it. And to make a long story short, I ended up getting some property from him and opening Matthews Motors.
Well, Steve, that brings us to, well, maybe sort of to where we are today, because Matthews Motors is not that small little dealership lot that started in 1994. Now you're 2 locations and about to open a 3rd location in Wilmington, and I think it's fair to say that across these last many years that the Lord has really blessed your business. But as I said in the opening, we want to know a little bit more about what it means to be able to give back. And when we come back from this next break, I want you to tell us a little bit more about how you and through your business at Matthews Motors, you've been able to give back to the community. So be prepared, and let's talk about that when we come back. And we'll come back in just a moment.
In the next 2 minutes, you'll learn how you can stop giving away customers to insurance and warranty companies and keep 100% of the underwriting profits through your own reinsurance company. And that's without any additional work or overhead. Franchise dealers have been profiting from reinsurance for over 30 years already. Here at Dealer Re, we help independent dealers do the same. That means every time you provide a warranty, require insurance, or sell a service contract or gap, you can make money. The potential is unbelievable. We know because we've been setting up dealers exactly like you for many years and continue to do so every day. It's not uncommon for a small to mid-sized independent dealer using our program to realize several thousand, if not tens of thousands of dollars a month that they were leaving on the table before. In fact, it's a lot easier than you'd think because we do everything for you, from setup to ongoing coaching. When we set up your reinsurance company, you also get amazing customer service advantages that will attract customers and keep them coming back to your dealership. First, you can attract buyers with a true warranty on the buyer's guide. No more as is, and you have full control over terms, features, prices, and claims. Second, you can provide your customers the opportunity to purchase a vehicle service contract. Right now, you probably send between $600 to $1,000 per contract to your third-party warranty company, say around $8,000 per month or $100,000 per year. If the third-party warranty company paid $40,000 in claims, that would equal a 40% loss ratio and a $60,000 underwriting profit. Unfortunately for you, your loss ratio is 100%, sometimes more if you pay denied claims out of pocket. Why? Because it is their underwriting profit. There is a better way. Setting up a reinsurance company allows you to put that underwriting profit in your pocket, not the third-party warranty company's. If you're a buy here, pay here dealer, your reinsurance company can provide premium finance, which allows you to collect the premium on a monthly basis from the customers instead of having to pay it all up front. A much-needed relief for your lending pool. Third, if you're a buy here, pay here, you can provide debt cancellation coverage, which cancels your customer's loan balance if they total their car. Since your collateral is covered, you don't have to worry about chasing down uninsured customers. By buying economical DCC from you, they no longer need expensive full coverage, which can mean an absolute fortune for you. And fourth, you can capture your share of the growing CPO market with your own world-class certified program, not to mention major tax benefits you could get from having your own reinsurance company. Reinsurance, it's what smart dealers do.
We're back again with Steve Matthews of Matthews Motors in North Carolina. Steve, when we left before, we talked a little bit about how the business was built, but there's more to Matthews Motors than what customers see when they come to buy cars. What are some of the ways that you feel like you've been able to interact with the community, maybe give back to the community?
Well, when I first came down here, Marty, I'm not from Clayton, so I needed to start making some friends and some business associates. So the first thing I did was join the Chamber of Commerce down here. Okay, after joining the Chamber, they offered several different ways to get out and network and to meet people here in the Clayton area. And in doing so, I formed some formidable relationships with people around here and started finding out about some of the needs of the people. I wanted to get involved because I'm really big into giving back to the community. And in order to do that, I had to find out who needed the help. We found out quickly that there was a little place called Clayton Area Ministries, which literally was about a 15-foot by 15-foot cinder block building over on O'Neill Street. They passed out beans and corn. So we started there. And from there, we have grown it into a facility that helps 500 to 600 people a month on a monthly basis, just here in little small downtown Clayton. Mm. But as those needs have grown, as Clayton has grown, the building is now undersized for what we need. So our goal right now is to go out and find some property and to open up a larger Clayton Area Ministries.
But that's just one of many ways in which you and your team here at Matthews Motors are involved in the community. I know there's some programs with the youth that you're involved in and team driving. Tell me more about that.
Well, JOCO Teen Driving is about helping teenagers realize the responsibility that they have when they get behind the wheel. There's so many distractions this day and time that you and I probably didn't have when we didn't have them when we were growing up. The cell phones. I know I played some music loud, but not anything like my children do. But we're trying to educate them on the dangers of driving, especially with distractions and having more than, one or two people in the car, which can cause distractions. Texting and driving, that was never around when we were coming along. So we try to educate the kids, so we feel like if we could save one life, then it's well worth the program. Of course, our goal is to save a lot more than just one life.
Absolutely.
We want to save all lives.
Well, now, Steve, of course, there's other things that we've talked about across the years and how you're involved. And it's not about being braggadocious. It's more, as I've come to know you, it's more about the story of to whom much is given, much is expected. That's your quote. You've shared that with me from a biblical standpoint before. How does that make its way into your everyday business practices? When someone comes to your lot to buy a car, what's different about buying a car from you maybe than from someone else? Could it be your experience of building this business? Could it be that underlying to whom much is given, much is expected with every deal here at Matthews Motors?
Well, a lot is built into that, Marty. People know that when they come in here, and they can feel it when they walk through the door, that this is a Christian atmosphere, and that they're coming to do business with a Christian organization. And I've had several tell me through the years, hey, we appreciate you being here and reaching out to people. Some of them are downtrodden. They need some help with their credit, or they face some hard times in life, and I reach out and I help those folks, and they really remember that. And by doing so, my employees see me do that. So it's kind of the trickle-down effect where my employees feel that, and if they'll just go home and do that in their neighborhoods, or say a kind. I tell them all the time, hey, that guy that's standing in line at the grocery store, just say a kind word to him. You never know what that person's going through at that time.
And you've become known here in the area as the walking man's friend without a G, the walking man's friend. Tell me how that all originated.
Well, that started back, about 23 years ago. A gentleman that worked with me, Eddie Ray, came up with that term. We had a person that took a cab down here to do business with us, and they ended up leaving in a new car. And that was amazing. And he just kind of joked after that and said, hey, man, we really are the walking man's friend, aren't we? I said, yeah, and it's stuck ever since.
Well, Steve, again, we're excited that you would take a few minutes out of your day to share time with us as a Waymaker, and that's the title that the Waymaker Forum gives to those that are guests on our program. You set yourself apart from most businesses, and certainly as a part of our time with you, we want to thank you for what you do and congratulate you for your success and wish Godspeed and blessing on you and your business.
Well, thank you, Marty. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Steve Matthews is clearly a waymaker. Through his philanthropic efforts at North Carolina State University, the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, and Mount Olive University, or through the countless contributions he makes both financially and with his time and his efforts at high schools and middle schools in eastern North Carolina, Steve Matthews is making it his personal mission to make a difference in the lives of others. He's a game changer. It started from early in life when he was on the playing field himself to now as an adult. His everyday work with customers, he's changing their lives. He's known in his dealership and throughout eastern North Carolina as the walking man's friend, not by happen chance, but by reputation. And we're excited to share Steve's story with you. We do so in hopes that you too will be motivated, will be inspired and encouraged at wherever you are in life, that there are folks with whom you too can make a difference in their lives. As it's been our pleasure before, we are again today, delighted to have had just a few moments of your time. Join us again for our next viewing of the Waymaker Forum. We hope to have a chance to share with you yet another exciting person or organization that's making a difference in the lives of other people. Remember to follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter, or you can go to our website at www.waymakerlearningcorporation.com. Until next time, I'm Marty Coates. We'll see you next time.